we went into a deep conversation as a group because we all relate to this. And I did this little dance performance. Like, I will reenact, like, I will cause harm in this body, in this lifetime. That's true. That will happen now. Maybe it's happening. That's important as a starting point. I will cause harm when I am ignorant.
Mm-hmm.
I will cause harm around race, class, culture, gender, sexuality. I will cause harm around things that are different when I don't have the awareness.
Yeah.
I do it. I probably do it every day. Right? Rub someone the wrong way or step on their toes when I'm not listening well, when I'm not aware of what I can't see.
And that's such a perfect example of the work to get to a place, to be in an environment, to be open and receptive, to seek out a moment, a teacher, a passage that can give us that. Like, hold up a moment, sit with the fact that you're going to cause harm. Like, how many people go around acknowledging that? How many? It's uncomfortable. Like you said, nobody wants to intentionally do that. But what a game changer if we were to meditate for a few days, just again, without self-harm, self-judgment, but to just make some space for that. I'm going to cause harm. Yeah. Not because I want to, not because I mean to, but know that it will happen. And then how does that inform us the next time we're in a conversation? We're like, you know what? I need to really tune in here. I really need to pay attention here because I'm remembering I could cause harm.
Or I could, and I do.
I do. And it reminds me of the practice of reviewing sales calls. Like, who does that? People who make bank do that. Reviewing sales calls.
Yeah.
As part of this inventory, right? Of like, was I showing up and letting love in? Was I loving this person in the way that they needed? Was I loving myself in that moment?
That's right. That is exactly what we're examining. And you're right. As we were talking about this, I was also aware that I think maybe because this is a relatively edgy conversation, there's more to unpack. You know, when I say I cause harm, that's not a cop-out. That's not like I cause harm and I love myself anyway. It's like human beings cause harm.
Mm.
I think it might be safe to say that all of nature does. Like, if you look at any nature video, you're gonna see harm.
Vicious.
Like, what does it look like to kind of dismantle that knee-jerk reactive judgment of what harm means? Again, not as a cop-out, but as a way of opening our eye. The whole purpose of this is that if we can allow ourselves to recognize I can and do cause harm, then we can say, and I want to see it when I do, so that I can do it less. I want to see it when I do so that I can increase my awareness of where there are more opportunities for me to be in my love. Mm-hmm. I want to see it. Mm-hmm. If you can't acknowledge the potential that it's true, you will not see it. And seeing it, as you said, Rihanna, is not for the faint of heart. Seeing it is really uncomfortable. I think that seeing the way that we cause harm, just a dramatic example, is the same experience as being willing to put our feet in the shoes of Derek Chauvin. Mm. It's so easy for us as a society to be like, oh, not me. Like, I would never murder a fucking black man on the street in broad daylight. Therefore, not like me. And of course, it's true. I've never killed anyone. But in what ways are we alike? Mm. What does it look like when I cause harm? And what am I going to do with that? How can I welcome that? Mm-hmm. How can I claim relief in the face of that? That's the conversation we're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, that's for someone who can do that and exercise that, what you just described of how is this person just like me? That's the kind of person I want for my coach. You know what I mean? Like when I show up and I've got something to share, something vulnerable, something that is so fragile and tender, something that has never been spoken before. That's the person I want on the other side. That's the person I want there with me.
You're so right. I've not made that connection before. That's really tender.
Everything you want is already here.